everyone, it's Laura, and I hope you're all doing well. So I got a good question the other day regarding dairy, because there's so much information out there. Is dairy healthy? Is it not healthy? Should you drink cow's milk? Should you drink non-dairy alternatives? And so I'm kind of just going to clump it into my nutrient of the week with vitamin D and calcium. So if you're interested, then let's get started. So calcium and vitamin D are super important because they help keep our bones strong. In addition, calcium is an electrolyte, and vitamin D helps with an endless amount of bodily functions, in addition to your hormone levels and also your immune system. So one of the biggest things I kind of want to just throw out there in this video is that dairy is not important. In order to get adequate vitamin D and calcium, you do not have to consume dairy products. And I feel like that's something that our whole lives we hear drink your milk and got milk and all these ad campaigns and the Dairy Council, and a lot of money has been put forth towards public health in relation to dairy products. However, you don't need dairy products to be healthy. And I feel like that's something I didn't realize until I started studying nutrition. I always thought, oh, to have strong bones, you have to drink milk. Well, that's not the case, especially this day and age when we have so many alternatives. So many products are being fortified with vitamin D and calcium that you don't have to consume dairy products. So I feel like that's a misconception that I just want to throw out there. If you're someone who consumes dairy for your quality of life because you really enjoy it, then having it in moderation is okay. But I'm going to talk a little bit about my personal experience and where I'm coming from in regards to dairy products, vitamin D, and calcium. So I'm going to speak from a personal perspective. I don't buy cow's milk. I don't drink cow's milk. If it's in something that I'm eating, I'll consume it. But I don't purposefully go out and buy a gallon of cow's milk. I choose non-dairy alternatives, and there are various reasons why. So first is I don't think I can tolerate dairy as well as other people can. Not that I think I'm full-blown lactose intolerant, but I think I do have some type of sensitivity to dairy. That being said, milk is one of the dairy products that I'm willing to give up in order for my digestion to run a little bit smoother. Yogurt isn't something I'm so inclined to give up. So in regards to milk, I don't drink cow's milk. Like I said, if it's an ingredient in something I'm consuming, then I'll consume it, but I don't purchase it. I buy almond milk. So you may ask why I consume yogurt, but I don't consume milk. So I did my thesis on probiotics and prebiotics, and I'm a firm believer in good bacteria. And so the milk or the yogurt that I choose to eat is rich in probiotics, and so that's one of the reasons that I opted for yogurt instead of milk. Also, I think that non-dairy milks are delicious, and I've tried multiple types of non-dairy yogurts, and I just don't think they're as good. And so that's one of the reasons that I haven't transitioned over to not consuming yogurt. Do I think that it's a possibility for me in the future? Definitely. But right now, I'm still eating yogurt and cheese. With that being said, the biggest push for society and for America to consume milk is for the calcium and the vitamin D. However, these two products have been fortified into the milk. So naturally, they get the milk from the cow, they do a lot of processes with it, they homogenize it, they pasteurize it, and then they put the vitamin D and the calcium back in. So it's not a natural source of those vitamins. So in my opinion, if I'm going to eat a fortified product, I'd prefer it to not come from an animal, come from cows. There's the whole separate issue of how cows are treated, the amount of blood and pus that actually comes out into the milk. That's a separate issue. Also, the hormones that are in the milk is a separate issue as well. So I'm speaking solely from the point of the vitamin D and the calcium. So do I drink cow's milk? No. Do I recommend it to other people? No. If someone is drinking cow's milk, do I talk down on them and say that it's bad? No. because it is a personal opinion. Because like I said, I do consume yogurt, I do consume cheese, not a whole lot, but I do consume it, and they're both from a cow, so to each his own. Do I think that milk can cause cancer and lead to negative side effects and all that other stuff? Depends on how much you consume of it. I mean, if you're consuming half a gallon of dairy, if you're consuming half a gallon of anything except for water, then it could potentially lead to some negative consequence. If you're someone who is a vegan, or like me, you don't consume a whole lot of dairy products, then it is important to be intentional about consuming adequate calcium and vitamin D. A lot of people of late have come up vitamin D deficient, and so if you are going to supplement, then vitamin D and calcium is one of the supplements that I would recommend if you know that on a daily basis you are not consuming adequate calcium and vitamin D. And particularly in the winter months when we're not getting a whole lot of sun, at least I'm not getting a whole lot of sun from November through March, April, May. So that is one supplement that if you think you're running low, then get your levels checked, and then if you're low, then start taking some supplements. So if you're someone who doesn't consume a lot of dairy products and you're wondering which foods are rich in vitamin D and calcium, I'll tell you right now. So calcium, foods that are rich in calcium are white beans, dried figs, bok choy, kale, black-eyed peas, almonds, turnip greens, oranges, and sesame seeds. And then on the flip side, foods that are rich in vitamin D are mushrooms, sunlight has a lot of vitamin D, and fortified products. So like I mentioned, non-dairy alternatives, as well as a lot of granola bars lately have been really rich in vitamin D, and fortified cereals as well. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. I hope this video helped y'all out. If you have any suggestions for future nutrients of the week, then let me know. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.